Hello and welcome to the Daily Spirit of the Soul Show. It's Power Coach Alishia here. Today we are talking all about how to avoid being miserable for the rest of your life. I had to get your attention some way, and I'm really looking forward to diving into the content that I have for you. Today we are on day 68 in your 90-day spirit guide journal, which is all about helping you find your inner calm and embrace your truth. Finding your inner calm, embracing your truth. You can find this 90-day journal on Amazon. All you have to do is search either spirit guide. You can search Alishia Willardson. You'll have to spell my name right. Probably search Alishia Willardson. That'd be better anyways. You'll probably hear my dog losing his mind in the background. The pigs on one this morning. So welcome to my life. Our daily journal is broken down into 4 parts. You have got your quote, your lesson, your journal prompt, and your affirmation. We are going to go through each and every one of those. But first, I want to share with you what we are actually talking about today and why I named this How to Avoid Being Miserable for the Rest of Your Life. So there's one main thing that will steal your joy in an instant and set you on the track to misery. And that is those things that are thieves in your life. Okay. Stealing your joy, your vibrancy, and your happiness. So today I'm going to walk you through unleashing your inner warrior so that you can avoid being miserable. If you don't know who I am, I'm Power Coach Alishia, soul healer, author, and speaker, and I specialize in helping women go from burnout to recharged in 30 days or less. So if you're looking for a soul activation, you are ready to recharge your soul, and you want some help and guidance and next steps on what to do to get there, I'm your girl, and I will sit down with you in a free soul activation recharge session. And we'll go through and we'll map out your plan for the next 90 days for your soul healing and the future transformation of your life and your soul alignment. It's 100% free, no pressure sells. It's something I do from the bottom of my heart, the goodness of my soul, because 1, I know how much it's needed right now. 2, it's what I was born for, and I absolutely fucking love doing it. So if you would like to do a soul activation recharge session, you can just shout out recharge in the comments. I'll shoot you a message. We'll get that booked for you. Also, very important is our soul camp for January is all about increasing your energy. It is called Energize. And during the Energize Soul Camp that's coming up on January 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern, you're going to learn how to supercharge your energy and transform your life. During this soul camp, you will ignite your inner spark in your everyday life, supercharge your energy, and transform your life in ways that you never thought were possible. This soul camp is right on time with the new year. And it's created because at this time you step into January, your energy kind of goes, right? It goes down. You're feeling disconnected. You're doing your best to start all of these new things, thinking that this is going to be your year and all of these changes are going to happen. It's going to be so wonderful and amazing. The best thing, or what I want to tell you is that you don't come to my virtual soul camps, which are like boot camps for your soul, and just sit and listen. This soul camps get you into action where you're going to see results in 72 hours or less. Energize is not just another one-of-the-mill trainings put on by a coach who's trying to figure out how to make money. It's a soul sanctuary, and it's designed specifically for you at this time of year with what you're going through. And unlike other stuff out there, it's not about throwing generic advice at you, and it's not some one-size-fits-all solution. It's literally a personalized journey to reignite your spark, led by someone who genuinely cares, or genuinely and generally cares. And that's me. I get it. Life's messy. Burnout is real. And this soul camp dives deep into the nitty-gritty of your emotional world, offering you practical strategies crafted with genuine understanding. So we're not here to just create or to increase your energy in this soul camp. We're here to supercharge your energy and transform your life. No judgment, no fluff, just a safe space to heal, connect, and rediscover your beautiful freaking self. So if you want to be able to sign up for this soul camp before I make it paid, and it'll be 111 when it is paid, you want to shout out supercharge in the comments. I'll shoot you a message, get you the link to sign up for that. Spots are going so fast. We are probably, I would say, 20% full on this soul camp. So if this is something that you want to do, you do not want to wait on it. One, the spots sold out. Last time for the retreat are sold out. This is a free retreat, but the tickets were gone last time for the retreat. I'm positive they're going to be gone for this soul camp. So don't wait. I like to make sure that I have a great amount of people there that I can support and help, but not too many people to where I can't really give you the time and attention that you need. All right. So it'll be 111 if you wait. And I promise you, my trainings, my courses, my programs, everything is worth it at full price. The reason why we do free is so that you can get a taste, you can get in here and you can get moving on your soul healing journey. And so you can start transforming your freaking life. So shout out Supercharge. I'll get you the link for that. And you can join us for the Energize virtual soul camp, which is like a boot camp for your soul, coming up on January 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern. All right. So your quote for today is comparison. The cunning thief of joy robs us of the precious moments we should cherish, leaving only shadows of discontent in its wake. I have something big to talk about when it comes to comparison, and this is a perspective. Hey, I don't know who you are, but what's up? I'm on StreamYard, so it doesn't tell me who you are, but welcome in. Oh, I want to mention this. If you are live with me, shout out hashtag live party in the comments. If you're on the replay, just shout out hashtag after party. Engage with me as if you were here live. If you are live, engage with me right along. I love that. It adds to the conversation, the power of the training that you get in the Spirit of the Soul show. So I would absolutely love it. You know, when we think about comparison, we think about comparison to other people's success, how they show up, what it looks like outwardly. But have you ever had so much success in your own life, right? And you have killed it and you've done some amazing things, and then you fucking destroyed it, you sabotaged it, it all fell apart? Have you ever actually compared yourself to yourself, and what stole your joy was the fact that you are playing small now? You're a watered down version of that version of yourself. You're not really showing the fuck up in life. You're not really making it happen in life. You're just kind of skating by, surviving, and believing that you're the same version that you were, until you look and you compare and you go, holy fuck, what happened? Yes or no? Shout it out in the comments. Have you ever, or are you there now, been to a point where your life was here and you were vibrating, you were killing it, and you were doing the damn thing? And now you're like, fuck, what happened? Where did I go? When did this end up like this? When did I end up being so disconnected from myself and lose myself? Has that ever happened to you? Are you there now? Yes or no? Shout that out in the comments. I ask you that because we always talk about, and this comes from Tony Robbins, comparison is the thief of joy. That's where I first heard it anyways. And, it comes from that external, but nobody really talks about your joy being stolen when you look back at what you were, what you did, what your accomplishments were, what your success was, how powerful you were, how badass you were. You see? Because more than anything, and what will make you miserable for the rest of your life, is having massive success and power and, pride, and just being in a state in your life that you were so proud of and you were flowing and it was so good. And then looking at where you're at now and going, what the fuck happened? What's the disconnect? Or going, all of these things happened to me and that's why that happened, right? I always say this in these sessions, and it's all about a reframe. Did they happen to you or did they happen for you? Probably your thought process on that they happened to you is why you're now comparing your current self to your past self, going, where the fuck is the disconnect, right? As life was happening, instead of you looking at it as happening for you and the lessons and the growth and the bridges of transformation into the beautiful soul and the alignment and the soul confidence and the soul worth and the soul connection, you allowed it to be a stopping point, a bullshit, a roadblock, a victim story, a pity party. And listen, our best, highest versions of ourselves cannot exist in the energy of our shit versions of ourselves, feeling sorry for ourselves, living in victimhood. They are diametrically opposed. They do not coexist in the same energy, in the same space, right? So for me, and we'll get back into comparison with other people, but from a different perspective, and the reason why I love to do the daily Spirit of the Soul show along with this 90-day journal is giving you that alternate perspective. It's that
Where did you go? What the fuck happened? Why did you disconnect? Why did you stop? Why did you let yourself down? Why did you let life happen to you instead of for you? Or have you never been the person or a person that you can look back on and compare now? Have you never been the powerful, unbelievable badass who shows up and who slays as the person that you were made to be, that the world needs you to be? Have you never been them because you've always played small? You've always made excuses. You've always taken the easy way out. You've always given up on yourself. You've always accepted sabotage. You've always accepted guilt. So maybe as I talk about this comparison being the thief of joy of your past version of yourself, you're going, that's not me. I don't resonate with that. I resonate with comparing myself to everyone else. I resonate that is my thief of joy, but I've never been the person that I look back and I compare and I go, what the fuck happened to me now? That's a whole other fucking session, right? If you're just joining us, say hi in the comments. I'm Power Coach Alishia. Today we are talking about how to avoid being miserable for the rest of your life. And we're talking about external and internal comparison and what that does for you. We're going right along with my 90-day journal here. We are on day 68, and it is all about finding your inner calm and embracing your truth. You can find this on Amazon by searching my first and last name, Alishia Willardson, or just Willardson. You'll be able to find it. You'll probably be able to find it if you search Power Coach Alishia as well. But remember, you do have to spell my name right. It is kind of a requirement in order to find it all. Also, we have the Energize Soul Camp coming up on January 25th. It is a free soul camp right now, so you want to get your ass in there as quickly as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can just click the link in the description and sign up. But if you're watching it anywhere else, just shout out Supercharge in the comments. This soul camp is all about supercharging your energy so that you can transform your life in ways that you never thought possible. When I look outside here, it's dreary, it's gloomy, the energy of nature is very peaceful and within, and just taking the time to chill and be. And the external view of the world can really fuck up the internalness of how you feel if you live in a winter soul. And we're going to be talking about in this soul camp how to energize your soul even when the things around you don't match the way you want to feel. It's really, really, really easy, and a hell of a lot easier to be in that high vibe, that power energy, when the flowers are blooming and the trees are beautiful, when the sun is shining and it's warm outside, right? When you have external circumstances that are driving how you feel internally, and those external circumstances are positive and uplifting and powerful and vibrant, then you feel good. But what happens when you look outside and you see dreary, drudgery, depression? I hate this. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's blah. Then your insides tend to match that because you're not actually doing the soul work that it takes to energize your soul, to supercharge your energy, and to transform your life. You are allowing external circumstances to be your driving force. So, in the Energized Soul Camp, I'm going to teach you how to be your driving force of how you want to feel, the energy that you have, and how the fuck you show up every single day. So just shout out Supercharge in the comments. I'll get that link sent to you. You can snag your spot before it becomes paid. It will be $111 at full price. So do not wait to get in this soul camp. It is going to be so amazing. Hi, Annika. Oh, I miss you so much. I haven't seen you forever. Okay, so let's talk about our lesson today. The lesson that comparison is the thief of joy is a reminder of the detrimental effects of measuring our worth and happiness against others, and the detrimental effects of letting your fucking self down, becoming lazy and complacent and content, and to look back and go, where the fuck did that trailblazer go? Where the fuck did that powerhouse go? Where did that energetic, vibrant, full of life and joy and happiness person go? Or did they never exist? That's my challenge for you. It teaches us that genuine joy and contentment. I don't like contentment. I should never have put that word there. I'm not a fan of contentment. I'm not a fan of complacency. I'm not a fan of settling into where you are and it's good enough. Now, I am a fan of good enough, but I'm not a fan of good enough energy. I'm not a fan of good enough living. I'm not a fan of good enough soul. Like, no, when it's living, it's quality, it's high vibe. When it's soul, it's quality, it's high vibe. When it's how you feel inside, it's high vibe. Good enough is not good enough when it comes to how the fuck you feel, how you show up in life, and how you operate in life, because that is contentment. And in contentment, it is so easy to breed complacency. And in complacency, you start dying. Your soul starts dying, and the way you live starts dying. You start going backwards. As Tony Robbins says, if you're not learning and growing, you're dying. If you are not, shifting and doing the work to go to higher frequencies within yourself into the next level version of you, you're going backwards. You're killing your soul. And yes, there are moments in life where sitting in the energy of, I don't like contentment, but in peace. And I have arrived. I fucking did this and I'm here. I like the verbiage of elation, right? Because elation is a high frequency of peace and arrival of where you are, what you've done, and the journey to get there. In contentment, it's like, okay, this is good enough. I can live like this. It'll be fine. Ugh. All right. Teaches us that genuine joy and elation arise when we celebrate our unique journeys and appreciate our own accomplishments without constantly comparing ourselves to others. So here's another thing about this. It's okay to compare yourself to others, but from a light of, I want that, I love that, I can have that. Coming from the book, I don't remember. The Hero, Power. It's one of the books by Rhonda Byrne, but it is not The Secret. I have that book memorized from cover to cover. It's not The Secret, but it's like The Hero, the Power, the Magic, probably the Magic. I don't know. I want that. I love that. I can have that, right? It's that energy. When I see my Porsche Panamera, white or black, I haven't decided, Porsche Panamera driving down the street, I don't ever think, motherfuckers, I'm driving my car. Sometimes I think that. But then I change it too. I want that. I love that. I can have that. The other day that happened. The person I was with said, oh, so you wouldn't drive a BMW anymore? I'm like, who the fuck are you kidding? The Porsche would be my Tuesday car, I'm going to have it all. It's like that energy, right? Like there's that other energy of like, okay, in order for me, and when I'm looking at someone else to have what they have, I have to give up something I currently have. You want to be miserable for the rest of your life? Go through your life believing that in order to have something more, bigger, better, brighter, happier, you have to give up anything that you currently love, anything that you're currently connected to, because God, you can't have $250,000 cars. Why? Who says? Whose rule is that? You can only have one. So as you're looking at the Porsche Panamera, you're thinking about having to give up your 2023 5 Series BMW. I want a different car every day of the week. If I wake up and I feel like this, what the fuck am I driving today? Is it BMW energy? Is it Porsche Panamera energy? Is it McLaren energy, which I would never own because I don't like how they squeeze my fat and my butt and my hips. But pretty bomb ass car if I don't say so myself though, right? So my point is that there are so many more things besides just comparison that steal your joy. But it really comes from the perspective and how you fucking view things. The lens in which you look at your life and how you have to live. Why can't you have both $150,000, $200,000 cars? Why can't you live in that house and live that life and be that way? Why can't you have that? If you love that, you want that, you can have that. It's just a fucking belief system. The reason why you comparing yourself to other people steals your joy is because you believe you can't have that. You believe that somehow they're more special. They just figured something out along the way. My brother is so fucking successful. He makes over $200,000 a year. And we live a 2-minute walk apart from each other through the golf course. Okay. He's an Audi fan. Well, let's be real. He's a pretentious Audi driver, and I am an arrogant BMW driver. Both European cars, but we are never coming to each other's side, right? Here's my point. He's extremely successful. And I decided I loved the Porsche Panamera because he had a midlife crisis. And when he turned 40, 41, whatever the fuck it was, he went and bought a Porsche Panamera. I never once thought, oh, you're so lucky. I wish I had that money. I wish I could drive that car. I was like, this is my motherfucking car. I will have this bitch one day. And when he sold it, not that actual car, because I'm like a brand new car person. He does used cars, how we do things. But he sold it, and I was really sad because I loved riding around in that car, right? But when people look at my brother who buys $1,000 fucking bottles of scotch because he can, or drives to Wyoming or Idaho or wherever the fuck he goes on a Monday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, they will look at that life and think, man, I wish I could do that. That comparison, that I would never be able to have that. But nobody knows the journey that he took to get there and what he did to build this life, and the actions and the certifications to be a fucking brilliant fiber optic network engineer, to get to this stage. So that's the other part of it. We look at the point of where people's lives are right now, and we wish we could have that. But let me fucking tell you what, you're not willing to do a quarter of the work that they were willing to do to get there because you're not worth it. You want to talk about being miserable for the rest of your life? It's looking at someone's life, wishing you could have that, but not realizing you would have never done the fucking work to get there because you're not doing it right now. Why don't you let that sink in? Is comparison the problem, or is it your complacency? Is comparison the problem, or is it that you think you aren't enough? Is comparison the problem, or is it your belief systems in how you operate and how you show up and what you believe is available for you? Is comparison the thief of joy, or is it your mind and the bullshit you tell yourself and the lack of work that you do for yourself? Is it comparison, or is it the fact that when you wake up in the morning, you hit the ground with your feet running, you never show the fuck up for yourself, you never do anything to center you, align you, and when you do, you half-ass it. Oh, I can do it once a week, I can do it once a month, I can, I'll do it when I can fit it in because my life is so fucking busy. It's not. It's that you prioritize so much more over yourself because you don't value you the way you value everything and everyone else who exists in your life. So how do you avoid being miserable for the rest of your life? You show the fuck up for yourself, and you put you first, and you work on soul alignment, and you work on soul confidence, and you work on soul worth. And you work on what your boundaries are and enforcing those boundaries and those standards. You work on not living a burnout lifestyle, and you work on living an energized lifestyle, a charged lifestyle for your mind, body, and soul. And anybody or anything around you that you've got to set down in order to pick you up will have to fucking figure it out on their own. Most of them are grown-ass people. And the ones that aren't are probably self-sufficient enough to live without you for the time that you need to give to yourself. I could literally spend 3 hours hanging out with myself, my peaceful music, my journaling. I have all these different things I could do for 3 hours, right? I understand, though, that I'm building my business. I am building my future. I understand that I want to show up here. I want to show up in this energy. Like, I fucking love this. So I sit down and I work for an hour. Roughly, it's about an hour. And today I shifted my time and what I did. And I'm sharing this with you for a reason. And this probably doesn't go along with Thief of Joy, and I don't give a shit. This is just where we're at right now, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it ties right in. Because I've been doing my morning things, but then when I sit down to work, I feel irritated, or something happens and it irritates me. And I get in this energy and I can't find my groove, and I'm not really excited. Pause. Is this connecting with you? I want you to shout out in the comments. Is this connecting with you? Are you feeling this? Are you getting something from this? I want to know. If it's a no, then I don't know why the fuck you're here. But I want to know. So let me know if this is resonating with you in the comments, right? So was happening. And I messaged my coach. I'm like, this is really fucking annoying. Like, I'm on fire and I know what I want to do and I know where I'm going. I'm so fucking excited about it. But I show up to work in this energy that I'm not loving it. And I don't understand why. And yes, life is happening around me and things are kind of chaotic and disconnected. And, there's a lot going on. But what the hell, right? He's like, oh, well, maybe you should go out for a walk first thing in the morning, just get out in the sunshine and blah, blah, blah. And then I look out the window. I'm like, that won't fucking work. It's gloomy as fuck. There's no goddamn sun. There's snow everywhere. It's icy. That is not where I want to be. That is not going to make my mood better. I mean, I could go out there and it probably would make my mood better, but I don't want to do it, right? He's like, let's brainstorm. So he writes that out, right? I'm thinking. Like, I love music and I love to dance. I told him, I was like, you know what? I just need to dance every morning. But then I also know myself. I know that if I wake up and I turn on good music, like groovy music, I never want to go to peaceful music. That doesn't work for me. I don't do well going from like high vibe, excited energy to like calm. Because I'm already a type A high vibe person as it is. So when I'm in that energy, going straight to calm like that's hard. So today, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Just do this. Get up, do your soulful morning. There's your hour. As soon as your soulful morning is over, turn on your morning playlist and just get your stuff ready. Lay out your clothes, turn on the water, just get your stuff ready for your day and see how that goes. I am fucking level like 9.5. So that worked, right? Yeah. I have a shorter work day today. I could have made excuses. I could have said, oh no, I'm not going to do my morning time because I have a shorter work day. One thing that I have learned is that the time that you put into yourself is worth way more than the time that you put into anything or anyone else. It doesn't matter if it's your career. It doesn't matter if it's your business. It doesn't matter if it's your kids. It doesn't matter if it's your husband. It doesn't matter if it's your partner. It doesn't matter if it's it doesn't fucking matter who it is or what it is. The time you put into yourself is priceless. That's what's going to give you the $1 million business, the raise at the job, the thriving relationships, the connectedness that you crave. Not going out there and doing that and giving that, but giving you what you need so you can show up. Just go back and look. If you listen to my last probably, 5 sessions I've done, Spirit of the Soul, yesterday and today were the best 2 days. I already know that. You probably love them all. But the energy is different in them. Why? Because I did something different for myself before I showed up for you. So you know what the thief of joy is? Giving everything to everyone else and expecting you to still fucking feel good when you give yourself nothing. That is the thief of joy. Or when you give yourself the bare minimum. That is the thief of joy. At the end of the day, to me, it's not comparison. It's the fact that you don't tell yourself the truth. You don't show up in your life. You're not willing to do the work that half the fucking people you compare yourself to that got them there and what they have and what they do, right? Can I tell you something that really annoys me? And then we're going to get into your journal prompt. Something that really annoys me. If I am with a man in public, people think that man, that's whose car I'm driving. It doesn't matter who the man is. They always think that's whose car I'm driving. I do not know why this bothers the shit out of me, but that's something that steals my joy. It's like, why does something amazing that a woman has, why does she have had to have gotten that from a man? That steals my joy. Or I don't know, maybe that just puffs up my arrogance so I can, throw it down and say, this is my fucking car. I don't know. Sideline comment, no fucking point to any of this. All right. So remember that we have the Energized Soul Camp coming up on January 25th. There will be a limited time access to the replay. If you want the link to sign up for this Soul Camp, it's all about supercharging your energy and transforming your life in ways that you never thought possible. It is going to be phenomenal. I'm so excited for it. I've got my outline laid out and I'm ready to throw down the badassery for this Soul Camp coming up on January 25th. You're going to want to shout out Supercharge in the comments to get that link to sign up for that. If you're ready for a soul activation recharge, I do have spots for the next 3 weeks. I am doubling down on showing up. January is a hard soul month. Even though everybody has goals and they're out there and they're doing things, it's a heart soul month. So I'm doubling down on my soul activation recharge sessions and just showing up and being there and being of service during this time. So if you want one of those, just shout out recharge in the comments and I will shoot you a message for that. If you search on Amazon, you'll be able to get this 90-day journal, find your inner calm and embrace your truth, plus my soul calendar for 2024. That's there as well. We are on day 68 today in this 90-day journal. Oh, so awesome. All right, so your journal prompt. I thought there was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was. Your journal prompt is reflect on moments in your life when you've fallen into the trap of comparison. How did this affect your sense of joy and self-worth? Consider the things you're grateful for and the unique qualities that make your journey special. How can you practice celebrating your own accomplishments and embracing your path without comparing it to others? Write about your experiences and intentions to finding joy in your individuality. Listen, I use what other people do and how they succeed. When I look at, the Porsche Panamera that my brother was driving, I look at it and go, do I want that? Is that something I want to add to my life? And if my answer is yes, then I create the plan in order to get that, right? So I look at other people and what they have and what they do and how they show up and how they live and as an inspiration as to decide if it's something I want or not. Right? So change that lens too when you're looking externally to compare. And when you're comparing to your past self, you should ask, what was your past self doing that made her feel so fucking badass and on fire that this version of yourself has been too fucking lazy and complacent to do and making excuses for? And what happened to you along the way in your mind that caused this, where you need to reframe it as a for you? The affirmation for today is I release the habit of comparison and embrace my unique journey. I find joy and fulfillment in celebrating my own accomplishments and appreciating the path I'm on. In the symphony of existence, I am the melody that harmonizes gratitude and self-acceptance, understanding that comparison stills nothing from my joy. So I would probably cut this down to I find joy and fulfillment in celebrating my own accomplishments and appreciating the path that I am on. You can do the whole affirmation, part of the affirmation. Next 90-day journal has shorter affirmations. They're tighter and really, really bomb as well. So when we go into the next journal, it's going to be all about recharging your mind, body, and soul. I'm so excited for it. It's probably 50% done at this rate, just chilling, waiting. But we're on day 68 of this one, so we've got plenty of time to get that one done. But remember with your affirmations that you want to have energy, power, conviction, passion in your voice when you say them. This morning I did some affirmations and I turned them into incantations. I love the Aura app, AURA. It's my favorite app to meditate on. Yes, I talk about the Calm app a lot. I think Calm is fine. It's good for beginners. It's a very baseline app. It's phenomenal for sleep stories. I keep the Calm app because I love the sleep stories in the Calm app. Not really fan of the sleep story stuff in Aura, but maybe I'll be stepping into that and testing them a little bit more. But what I love in the Aura app is that there's hypnosis, and I love hypnosis over meditation. It does deeper work and it does some really cool things inside of your body and your cells and how things align and clearing out energy. But Aura also has, and Calm has started doing this, but it has these like different tracks you can do. And so right now I'm deciding to start gratitude because my angels came through in a card reading I did for myself yesterday about gratitude needing to be my prayer practice. So I'm focused on that and I'm going through gratitude. And when I started this course, I don't know what the fuck you call it, but this, whatever, the very first thing was affirmations today. And then it was 4 minutes of affirmations. I had already done my meditation. And one thing I loved about Aura 2 today, which I didn't notice this before, so it's something that must have changed, and that is they asked me how I was feeling. And when I checked how I was feeling, it auto popped up a meditation for me to do based on what I answered on how I was feeling. I was like, that's fucking pimp. So I just love this app. It's way more connected to you. So I did my meditation, 9 minutes long. Then I went to start this gratitude track, and it was just affirmations. So all I did was just tap my chest at the pace that I said my affirmations. That's all I did as I said them, right? So get your body involved. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. And also repeat them 10 times because they embed into your subconscious and they become you. So how you avoid being miserable for the rest of your life is learning to show the fuck up for yourself before anyone else. It's learning to do the fucking work for yourself that you avoid because you have a million other excuses to put other people and things in that place. It's learning to not live complacent and content because life is good enough. You can be grateful for everything you have and still be in the frequency of abundance and attracting more and being more, doing more, having more. You don't have to get what you have, be grateful for, and sit in it because people have less. That's not what we're meant to do here as humans. When you compare to your past self that you were doing shit and showing up for, and this version of yourself isn't doing that, of course that's going to steal your joy. What you need to do is bridge that gap. When you look outside yourself and people have things that you want, and they're doing things that you want to do, and they're being ways that you want to be, and they're living ways that you want to live, you need to ask yourself, is that what you want? Is that how you want to live? Are those things that you want to do, be, and have, right? And if your answer is yes, then fucking move. Go for it. Do it. You're not trapped by your career. You're not trapped by your business. You're not trapped by your partner's income. The only thing you're trapped by is your mind and how fucking small you think. So think bigger, be bolder, and make no fucking excuses to show up in your life and do amazing things. Remember to say yes to yourself more than you say yes to other people. It's always about progress, not perfection. And you must give yourself way more grace than you give everyone else because the world needs who you were made to be. So show up every single fucking day and slay as the badass you are. I'm Power Coach Alishia, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.